the snap trap, and why we shouldn't clap. It's Rhyme and Reason 832.
Here's your rhyme and reason. Oh, yeah.
Hey there, Tony here again, and I sure hope you haven't fallen into the snap trap. It's not easy to say that with the words that end with the letter P, because you're going to get what they call plosives on the microphone, but if you don't say it well enough, people don't know what your word is sometimes, but it's S-N-A-P, and if you capitalize all those letters, they stand for something. Something that's obviously difficult, maybe even impossible to escape that trap. And just imagine the horror that you're going to face without the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, brought to you by your most benevolent and trustworthy government. Yeah, so why do I call it a snap trap? There's those plosives again, right? Snap, trap. Okay. Well, I'm glad you asked why I call it that. That was you, right? Okay, I see you nodding. All right. Anyway, first, it's made to sound like a program that really cares about your health. I mean, after all, the word nutrition is right there in the full name. Nutrition, supplemental nutrition. Yeah. And second, they want it to sound like it's just to help those who just need a little boost. After all, the word supplemental is right there in the full name. Supplemental means to add to, not be in place of, right? And you can't supplement something if there's not something already there to supplement. Can I get an amen? Now, third, they want it to sound like they want to help you. After all, the word assistance is right there in the full name. But lurking below the surface of that idea is their belief that you can't help yourself. Those of you who fall into or jump into the snap trap. And this subject just showed up on my radar because it was a trending topic on Twitter recently. And as I scrolled down through just the first 6 to 12 comments, I noticed how almost nobody recognizes the trap. I'm going to share a few quotes and see if you can pick up on what I noticed. Here's the first quote. I'm days away from 50. I'm widowed and long-term disabled, and I can't even qualify for SNAP without the new work and commuting requirements. This is my refrigerator, complete with burned-out bulb, cup of SpaghettiOs, cup of water, 6 pieces of bread, and then there was a picture. Okay, here's the second quote. I hope SNAP and Social Security recipients who've been understandably anxious over Republicans' threatened U.S. debt default learn to never vote for this cruel, extortionist party of saboteurs. GOP raised the debt ceiling 3 times under Trump with no brinksmanship. Brinksmanship? Or budget cut extortion. Ay. Okay, here's the third quote. One point I haven't seen emphasized about the budget deal is that, as far as I can tell, it's not going to involve a major hit to the safety net for children. The new SNAP work requirements are cruel, but they apply to childless adults in their 50s. Okay, and here's number 4. I got 2 more quotes for you. This is number 4. I'm a single mom on food stamps, and this is my fridge today. And there was a picture of her fridge. I don't get them again until June 10th. That's her food stamps. This is life on SNAP, and I have a job too. Representative McGovern is correct. No one on SNAP is laying on the couch eating steak dinners. With Republicans, cruelty is the objective, full stop. I don't know what all that means. I'm just reading it like it was. And the final quote here, the 5th and final quote, MAGA Republicans force birth, then yank food assistance from those struggling to provide for the baby. They cut SNAP, WIC, I don't even know what WIC is, W-I-C, maybe you know, Work Initiative Computers, I don't know, and school lunches. Those Republicans, they make you have a baby and then they won't let you have the assistance to feed the baby. Anyway, and then they take away the lunches and they happily extend tax cuts for the elite. Ay. My guess is the Those pictures that were taken of the refrigerators, those people took them with their smartphones. It's just a guess. Because I see pretty much everybody has a smartphone, and pretty much nobody's walking around with a camera in their hand. I just don't see that other than the camera in their smartphone. And last time I looked, those are kind of pricey. I realize that's just minor details. I'll shut up about that, okay? Now, the second quote says that Republicans, and they probably just forgot to include the Democrats, the Republicans who sabotage government freebies are extortionists. Yeah. Good word. Then the third quote mentions how work requirements are cruel. No, they're going to make you work to get the SNAP? Now, I agree. Actually, I do agree that work requirements for SNAP food stamps, yeah, I think those work requirements are cruel, but not for the reason that person would attempt to justify. They are cruel, but that's because SNAP shouldn't exist at all. It's cruel to provide food to able-bodied, even the ones who call themselves disabled, able-bodied people who don't work for it, because it shows them you don't expect much from them, and you don't believe they can succeed without you, Mr. Representative or Senator or President. And the fourth quote is kind of like the first one. It's another shot inside the refrigerator, and I'm guessing again, snapped on that pricey smartphone. Just a guess. Hey, don't hold me to that. Okay. And it highlights how many people prefer to emphasize their single mom or single dad status. So, of course, they need a nanny, because who wants to get married and deal with all those headaches, right? Especially when the most affordable nanny there is good old Uncle Sam. And finally, that fifth quote, it would actually be laughable if it weren't so utterly stupid. In the first place, it's highly likely that most so-called MAGA Republicans don't have an issue with abortion. Yeah, it's highly likely. So they certainly won't. They won't, and even if they could, force birth on someone. They're not going to do that. And secondly, if the tax system was fair and just, you'd never need a government program's assistance. And one huge way to make the tax system more fair and just would be to eliminate government schools, because that would eliminate the evil property taxes that ensure you will never again own a home in America. And that has been true for a long time, by the way. Those of you who think you own a house, you do not own a house, and you're not going to as things are going right now. So there's my little rant on that. Now, here's the biggest reason why the SNAP trap should stop. Because these programs can only exist when the government steals from those who produce and work hard and gives some of what it steals to those who don't. The key word there is some, because politicians, I guarantee, skim in one way or another from all those government programs. So they're not likely to be motivated to end them ever. Yes, they're not going to end their little gravy train. So people like you and me, the Congress's sugar daddies and mamas, those of us who sell and resell stuff to provide food and shelter and transportation, we're pushed to produce and work harder and smarter. And on the one hand, that's good, because that's how you increase sales and profits. On the other hand, those increased sales and profits are too darn attractive to the greed-filled powers that be. And so the downward cycle continues. Yeah. A solution isn't to make your vote count. If you truly want to do that, don't waste your precious vote on either socialist candidate you'll discover on the next ballot. And guaranteed, it's a guarantee, there is no doubt whatsoever that both candidates, Republican and Democrat, will be socialist. They will be, on one level or another. Instead, don't waste your votes on them. Don't waste your votes on them. Instead, seek wisdom from God. Ask for his help to tell others about the importance of knowing what happens when you die. Yeah. Lay up your treasures in heaven, where no politician or corrupt and tyrannical government will ever be able to steal them or give them to someone else. Those treasures the government can't get its hands on. So lay up your treasures in heaven. Do what you can here too, of course, because we've got to live here while we're alive. We got to live here, and it costs to live here. It reminds me of a meme that I saw, or some sort of a cartoon thing, where this human was talking to these animals, and he said, "I feel sorry for you guys out here in the cold and living out here, with no roof over your head and all that." And I think it was a donkey that was looking back at him and said, "You realize humans are the only ones who have to pay to live here on the planet, right?" It's one of those things that hit me. Okay, I'll end on that. Thank you so much for tuning in to this ranting episode of the Rhyme and Reason podcast. If you like the things that I share, and I hope you do, or if you feel that you could support this channel, this effort that I'm making out here to get the word out, I would appreciate it it's really easy. There's all kinds of ways you can help by buying stuff on TonyFunderburk.com, and there's all kinds of places to do that. So I'm going to not name them right now. Just go to TonyFunderburk.com. It's real easy. Funderburk. Tony with a Y. TonyFunderburk.com. Thank you so much. And as always, remember, life has rhyme and reason because God made you.
There's a rhyme and